Coming up on the Yearbooking Report, feel like your group is kind of dragging right now? What can you do to fight apathy and boost yearbook productivity? Well, stay tuned, we've got some answers coming right now. Welcome back. And as we do this episode roughly in the middle of a school year, we've noticed there are a lot of people out there that don't seem very motivated to do much work, and that includes yearbook work. So we're going to be calling this one the motivation episode, as we all look for ideas to hopefully improve your group's work. Now, maybe this is just tied to timing. Again, depending on when you're watching this, it's midwinter, maybe you're in an area where it's kind of gray and cold and snowy, not that terrific. Maybe there are some other kinds of problems happening at your particular end. But the bottom line here, guys, is we have a lot of work to do. We have fresh stories to tell, we have fresh images to take, and we're creating this yearbook that people are then going to keep for life. And so the idea is people are depending on you to deliver them a great product. That means some good old-fashioned hard work and motivation. So recently, we talked to a true yearbook legend who gave us some ideas on getting past apathy, getting more motivated for yearbook work, and telling plenty of great stories.
Hello, I'm Margaret Soros. I'm a retired advisor out of Arkansas, and I'm currently a Jostens ambassador, and I am based in Arkansas. Well, for 2 years, the yearbook student was alone in their room with their laptop on their lessons, and they just didn't have the rigor. You couldn't require the rigor that was required in normal classroom activities. I know a good friend of mine, Mitch Eden, last year, he said when they finally came back out of Kirkwood, Missouri, he was like, we knew the first thing that we had to do, I did, the editors did, we had to get our culture back. And I believe strongly that every student in school wants to be involved in something that's positive with a caring teacher who they know cares about them. And so that's why a lot of kids like yearbook or band or whatever the activity they've shown, because there's an investment there from the band leader or the advisor. And so Mitch said we invested a whole year in showing these kids that we cared about them, and their mental health was important to us. And then we got that culture back, because once kids invest in a program before or after the pandemic, they're going to work their hearts out because they want to do a good job. I would just try to create a very positive experience for all the kids and make clear to them what my expectations and what their expectations were. So from starting off, I'd have clear goals for the staff that they would develop and individual goals for the kids. And we would constantly refer back to that and say, if you want this to happen, what are the steps that you have to do to make that happen? And, even in a really good non-virus year, yearbooking is hard, and you have to teach kids it's important to stay the course. Well, you need to make sure that every person on staff feels valued, that they know each other, that there's some really good team building activities going on. You've got to schedule some fun days for them. And my motto was always, we work hard and we play hard. So after work was done, we had fun activities. All kids love food, and so food is a great reward. And sometimes just like connecting with the kids one-on-one and making sure, since they had gotten out of the habit of one-on-one personal contact with their peers, is that they do that they learn how to speak to one another and converse with one another. And that helps when they have to go doing interviewing for their yearbook. If you want to be treated and valued by your administration, you've got to know that you are producing a journalistic product and that it's just not a picture book. And so these are invaluable skills that you are teaching students. It's the most valuable class in school. But kids work in a collaborative group, they problem solve, and they have to produce a product. And there's no class in school that gets kids to think like they have to think in yearbook. I have a lot of former students who have big, important jobs in Fortune 500 companies, and they will tell me, I got to this because of what I learned in yearbook. How to write a great sentence, how to take a great photo, how all of those visual tools, because I have a lot of kids who are involved in marketing for big companies, so they know how to use social media. And above all, they know what it means when a professor or a boss says, this is due on this date. And they know how to make a timeline to problem solve that out, so they aren't starting something at 11 p.m. that's due at midnight. I like to see the kids accomplish something every week. So, I took yearbooking a week at a time, and I'd often review with the kids on Friday about the great things that happened this week. And that's another positive motivator for kids, to be bragged on by their teacher. And the more those kids are engaged with that advisor, the more they're going to work for you, the more they're going to make your job easier. And they're going to take leadership roles in that yearbook room.
A big, big thank you to Margaret for her ideas and experience. 36 years as a top yearbook advisor. Margaret really knows her stuff. The bottom line, guys, is it's all about organization and planning as usual. Do that well, everything else falls into place. So if you're a little shaky right now, take some time today to kind of reset the table for your organization and plan for yearbook for the rest of this school year. Advisors, you have enough to do. Get your editors and top students involved, making decisions, making plans on how you're going to handle the work for the rest of the school year. And for students watching, guys, if you know a classmate who is really struggling right now for various reasons, absolutely let somebody know about that, please. All right? You could be the somebody that helps them not just now, but for the rest of their life. And then we have this thought. What does the world really need right now? Really passionate leaders. A leader, again, somebody who just inspires others to do their best work. Now, that could be a sports team, it could be academics, or it could be yearbook. So hopefully we've inspired you today to go out and be a leader and do your best effort. Thanks again for watching.